lessons, right?
Oh, okay.
In the Channels and Mask book, I think it's lesson 11, I don't know. Whatever one that says pass, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you should also make your own graphic icon, right?
Okay.
Remember you saw Wayne's, right? Yeah?
Where was this again? I wasn't here last week.
We're working this week on web graphics and how to make web graphics.
I'm on mathsclub.com. Where do I find that? Because it only goes up to 2 pages.
I don't think I put anything on there.
Yeah, there's nothing on here.
There's nothing new. You'll have to watch the movie. That's why we're videotaping, so you can get the new stuff.
Lesson 11.
But do lesson 11 in the book, in the Photoshop book. It's on Path. The Channels and Masks.
Not Illustrator book?
Photoshop, not Illustrator.
Yeah, if in Illustrator you're supposed to make an icon. That's it.
Okay, yeah.
Right? In the Illustrator class, all you need to do is make a little icon last week. That's all I expect.
Okay,
You have a handout on what size to use this video in multiple classes, specifically in my Dreamweaver Saturday class. It's a very fast 2-Saturday class. And the students are really beginner students, and they really need to start from what is a pixel and things like that. So we're going to kind of do things like that. I know you guys all know what a pixel is, but... Okay, everybody ready?
Yes.
Okay. First, let's draw a picture of what a website is. Okay, when we look at a typical website, yes, this is what you wanted to learn, Raja, wasn't it? You were asking me about that. Raja says to me, how do I take what I'm doing in Illustrator and put it onto a website? This is what we're talking about today, Raja.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so when we talk about a typical web page, okay, we're talking multiple things. What is on a web page? Well, we have HTML. Sometimes we have things like JavaScript. These are mostly programming kind of languages, even though HTML is not really programming. Right? Oof. Why am I drawing with blue? Hold on. Let me see if I can get a better pencil to work. Okay. And of course, other ones like CSS, which stands for what? Cascading Style Sheet. So these are kind of programming languages, but there's other things that are embedded in web pages, right? And a lot of those we'll call photos, right? We might have graphics, right? What else? We might have Flash, videos, right?
What's the difference between graphics and Flash?
Well, Flash is a type of format.
Okay.
This takes the SWF format, right, which stands for somebody was defuncting me last class. Its original name was Shockwave Flash, but Brooke says it means something else. What was it, Brooke?
Single white female?
No, that's a movie.
Short web format. Short web file.
That's wrong. Shockwave Flash.
It was on lynda.com.
Was it? Okay, maybe short web format. I've never heard that before. Okay, and then we have videos, and of course, there's a whole bunch of different video formats. You have, Flash video format, which is YouTube, right? So if you look at YouTube, you're actually looking at the Flash. So that's why you can't get on your iPhone YouTube, right? Unless you go through you can. There's like other things that convert it or something, right? Or like
The new iPhone, I think, will do it.
The new iPhone has Flash?
Mm-hmm. No. Isn't it? Or no? No.
But I think the newspaper said HTML.
I think YouTube made it so that it's Flash and then something else. They have
Okay.
sites now. They have mobile versions.
So Flash video is usually on there, and of course you have QuickTime, of course, and that's what Steve Jobs wants you to use. And then what we have Windows Video, what was that? WVA? Oh no, that's audio. Oh, Silverlight, right? Silver, is that Silverlight? Sliverlight? Silver, is it? S-I-L? Silverlight? Hey. Okay, so let's get back up here. This is mostly what we're going to talk about today will be photos and graphics. So photos and graphics we put on our website. Those are things that you would have on your website, right? You might have a photo on your website. You might have some buttons. We're going to make a navigational bar in graphics. I know you can do it in CSS, but today we're going to make a navigational bar in Illustrator using graphics. And then you might have your logo at the top up here that you made inside of, here's my logo. You made inside of Illustrator. Most likely that would be a graphic also. Okay, so these are what we'll call graphics, and of course a photo would be a picture, right? So these are things that you can put on your page.
What would be the most common extension for a graphic?
That's what we're going to talk about right now. What format would you save your graphics, and why you would save your graphics in a specific format? But these graphics that we're looking at right here, these graphics, and what I'm talking about is these are called bitmap files, right? Okay, and bitmap is also referred to as raster files, which is also referred to as made of what? Pixels. And what is pixel short for?
Picture elements.
Picture elements, right? These are things made of pixels. So our first point today would be, what would the resolution of our, how many dots per square inch would our photo be? And our graphics?
72.
So we're talking about 72 dots per inch, or sometimes referred to as PPI, which stands for pixels per inch, right? This is resolution.
Is points the same?
No. Points is a measurement of typography. That's the point size is the measurement of typography. So we're talking resolution here. This is how many dots. And we'll look inside of Photoshop and Illustrator how to adjust this. Mostly Photoshop. So today we'll make a navigational bar here. And we'll learn how to save it out inside of Illustrator. So we're going to make a kind of little layout like this in Illustrator and save these pieces out. So let's move on. So this is the basics of web graphics. These are things you would put on your website. Let's talk about the formats we would use. I think the eraser's dirtier than the board. Oh, you didn't get what I drew on here? Yeah. Or you can watch the movie.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm going to go kind of quick because we're quick. Yeah. So let's talk about web graphic formats. These are things you would export out of Illustrator and Photoshop to put on your website. Okay? So we're exporting out of Photoshop or Illustrator. This is what you do when you save for web, right? Okay, when you save for web. So usually when I'm putting graphics on my website, and what is a graphics, and what I mean by graphic, it could be a line. I could make a website that has maybe a nice gradient look along the edge here. Okay, we're going to make a background that has a gradient. That background gradient could be a graphic. Maybe you have a little navigational bar made of graphics that goes across the top. Okay, those could be graphics. So these are actually graphics, and I can't fit the word product in my little box. Or maybe you have a nice kind of round box that is not CSS, but made of a graphic. Different little colored or black and white images on your website could be all done in graphics. Usually we use graphics format. We usually use GIF, okay, for your graphic format. GIF is a CompuServe format, right? Remember CompuServe? No?
Yeah.
Okay, back in the days, there was a company called CompuServe. They pioneered the GIF format, and you still pay a licensing agreement every time you use GIF. Well, actually, Adobe pays to put the GIF format into Photoshop and Illustrator and things like that. So GIF was short for
Graphic interchange format.
Graphic interchange format, thank you, because I couldn't remember. Okay, so the reason why we usually save GIFs, graphics as GIFs, is because they're usually smaller and better quality. There's some problems with JPEG, and we're going to talk about the problem with JPEG. The GIF format is better for, maybe a graphic background or maybe a button and things, because the quality is going to be better and the file is going to be smaller because of the way that the compression works. The GIF format is a compressed file. Okay, let's talk about some GIF characteristics. Of course, a GIF is 256 colors or less. Okay, so that right there means it's not good for photographs, right? Remember the old days of the internet when you'd see a GIF photograph on the internet and it looked kind of not really blocky, but dots all over it? Do you remember those days? That's called dithering. Okay, whenever you see a GIF that has dots all over it, that's referred to as dithering, and we'll look at the dithering option. Okay, a GIF format uses a palette. If we can spell palette right. Is that palette? No, that's not right. P-A-L-L-E-T. Palette? Two T's?
Two T's and an E.
One L.
P-A-L-E-T-T? E. Okay, palette. Okay, so this 256 color palette, okay, this is basically when you're inside of the Save for Web option, you'll see a little box, and in that box you'll see a little grid with the colors that it's going to use for your GIF image. Okay, this palette's called a CLUT, Color Lookup Table. Color Lookup Table is a GIF. This is tables, color lookup table. Each color, if I'm making a graphic, let's say I'm making a button here, and it's called products. Products, like that. And this has maybe a stroke, a line that goes around, and there's maybe a color inside here, and there's some words, and I'm saving it out as a GIF to put on my website. Each color pixel that is in this graphic refers to a color in the color lookup table. So each pixel that's in here has a color relationship to the palette. That's why it's a lot smaller than a JPEG. How the GIF compression works and why it works good for graphics is because when you save for GIF, it draws a line that goes across. Okay, each pixel draws a line that goes across. And if each and every color in every pixel across is the same color, it doesn't have to store each pixel information. It saves it as one big kind of pixel. That's why it makes it smaller. It's looking for similarities in the graphic, and where it sees similarities in the graphic, it doesn't have to store all the information of all the pixels as long as they're the same all the way across. Does that make sense? Think of a stroke. If you make a stroke and it's a black line that goes all the way across, each one of these pixels is black that goes all the way across, right? Why store each pixel when its line is black all the way across? How the GIF compression works is it kind of combines them all together into like one big pixel and stores that information. That's why it's a smaller file. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.